Hi, Dr. Edward Schuster with your tip of the week. This is part 2, Can Doctors and Patients Trust the Computer? Now we know that artificial intelligence will help us, and we know that computers can help doctors, but is there a downside? Number one, loss of confidentiality. In the old days, I would have your records in a paper chart, which I would lock up at the end of the day. Nobody could see what was in the chart. But nowadays, everything's in the computer. When President Clinton had his operation in Colombia, 10 to 20 people got thrown out of Colombia because they looked at his records on the computer. Recently, there was an episode in Singapore where somebody got angry at the Singapore government and hacked into the medical computers and published 10,000 people who had AIDS, HIV, embarrassing them. So the problem with computers is they're good secretaries and they store information, but you can hack into a computer, you can't really steal an old-fashioned medical chart. Problem number 2, medical apps. There's a lot of apps now coming out on your watch, apps that tell you when to take your medication, apps to help you out. Well, guess what? There was a recent study published that found that 90% of the apps that people get, the app company sells their information to other people. They sell their information to drug companies, and they sell the information around the world. So your confidentiality, again, is lost. Problem number 3, now this sounds like science fiction, but in the old days when we put a pacemaker in you, you would come to the office every 6 months to get the pacemaker checked. Now you have a box in your home so we can check your pacemaker over the internet. But guess what? Anything on the internet can be hacked into. And the Medtronic company was just told that there's problems with their internet connections. And yes, it's crazy, but it's possible that somebody could hack into your pacemaker and turn it off without anybody's permission. So once again, there's definitely a future for artificial intelligence, computers, and robots to help us in medicine, but there's a downside. We have to be careful. If you enjoyed this tip, please share it with your friends.